What's going on, family?
Hey, hey, what's up, everybody?
How's our seasoned AzF family doing out here in these streets?
Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday.
We are back. We are back. We got some good
We,
things coming up. We got some good topics to talk about. We got some good call to action to talk about. We got some good stuff going on today.
all right, let's get to
Right?
it then, sir.
Right. One of the things that we want to talk about today is the best ways to support your significant other in your relationship. What are some of the best ways and some of the best things we can do to support you? And no, no matter what it is that you're doing, or no matter what it is that you have going on, just how can we support you in our relationship to make sure that we're holding up our part of it, or we make sure that we're doing what's best by you in the relationship? What you think about that, Harmony? That's pretty dope, right?
I think so. First of all, it's nice to be asked. How about that? Oftentimes people don't even ask the question. So kudos for the question. Let's give it up for the question. How about that?
Let's get
Um,
let's get into it then. What is the best way for us men to support our woman in a relationship? What is something that we can do to make sure that we are supporting you?
So I feel like, this is gonna sound like a broken record, baby, but everything, in my opinion, it always starts with communication. Like I think that having these types of conversations and asking the question and talking about what's important to your partner is half the battle, and then once you find out what that is, I think you guys would be served well by, listening and then doing what it was that they asked for. A lot of people, guys, make the mistake of doing what they think the person wants, or doing for them how they like to receive things. And you have to pay attention. That's why that love languages and all that stuff was so big, because you have to learn how your partner wants to receive love. It might not be the same way that you want to. It might not be the same way that you like to give it. You really got to, if it matters to you, if it's, important, if you care, if you're not just like trying to be a dictator, if you're trying to be a partner and you really want to know, like you said, how can I support you? After you ask the questions and you listen, then you got to do the stuff that she said would be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Those are three completely different things. And sometimes some people get one or two of them right. And it's a lot harder to find a partner that's going to get all three of them right. Ask, listen, and then do. So that would be my thoughts on the best way to support your partner in a relationship. What do you
Communi-
think?
Communicating, listening, and executing. I hear you. I
That's
hear
right, baby.
that breaks it down. I hear you. See, I heard what you said.
You did. You was listening.
I was listening.
Eh?
I was
You
listening.
ladies, him listening, him listening.
um, for
So
for
what
me,
about on your end? Like how can the ladies support our fellas?
I think one of the biggest ways. I mean, you make a good point with that communication piece of it. But I think the biggest thing that any woman could do to support her man is to stand behind him and show him that you believe in him. Show him that his ideal or whatever that looks like for him, you're gonna be with him no matter what. And I'm not saying that if he's talking about go jump off a bridge, you're saying you're going with him to support him. But I'm saying no matter how you think about his vision or his business plan or his, whatever that looks like for him, encourage him to do it. And if you see something wrong with that plan, input, give him your input, give him your feedback. Say, hey, I think you have a great idea, but I think there's a few things missing. Why don't you
Mm.
try it this way, or why don't you add this or add that? That doesn't say that you're not supporting him. That just says that you're supporting him, but you're encouraging him to look at his business on a bigger scale or on a different level, or giving him a different, encouragement behind it. But I think it's very important, ladies, for you to, stand behind him. And I don't care what that business is. You know what I mean? Even if he's selling some old boo boo on a stick, I ain't saying you got to eat it, but you need to say, and you need to support, and you need to be out there promoting and saying, hey, my man got the best boo boo on the stick that you can. It ain't
Support your man.
nobody's boo boo is better than my man's. My man's, my man's, my man's. You're always talking about my man, my man, my man, but are you supporting man, your man? So that's all I'm saying. Make sure that you encourage that brother and you are supporting his ideas and support what it is that he wants and needs, and just let him know that you truly got his back, and it will go a long way for you.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Did y'all hear that?
The ladies heard you. They heard you.
I'm gonna need to see
we listening.
I need to see y'all executing that.
We listening. So look, what do you think, talking about the good stuff, the best ways to do something, what do you think is one of the worst things that a woman can do to her man in a relationship? What's one of the worst things? To do not do it.
Do not diminish his worth. Do not tell him that, what you thought of him or what your ideal of him was, he's no longer doing that, or he's no longer giving you that. That's one of the worst things that you can do for a man, and diminish his worth and let him know that you don't value what it is that he's doing anymore, versus encouraging him to do something a little more, doing something different. You tell him what he's not doing, and how how you're not attracted to him anymore by what he's doing. I think that's one of the worst things that women can do in a relationship. You have to continue to encourage that man and stand behind him, and stand on side of him, walk with him in his, in his endeavors, or whatever that looks like for him. But one of the worst things you can do is tell a man that what he's doing is no longer fitting for you. Because he's going to then say, oh, okay, well, let's go see a divorce attorney, or let's go see a judge, or let's go, if what I'm doing is no longer serving you, we can bring an end to all of that. So keep that in mind, ladies. Don't diminish your man, especially in public, especially around your friends or your family, or on television, or any of that. Like, do not diminish that man. Because we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen. We've seen them do it. We won't throw out there who's done that recently, but it's a lot of ladies out there that have done that to their man, on national television, no doubt. So I would encourage you all to not do that. Don't diminish his worth in front of the world. Don't diminish his in front of him. Just find a way to encourage him. Find a way to get him to see things a little bit different, to where it doesn't hurt him or break him. Because I'm a firm believer in women hurt men by what they say, and men hurt women by what they do. So keep that in mind, ladies.
Right.
Your words cut through a man sharper than anything, or quicker than any bullet that he can find. And men hurt women by what they do, by their actions, by them doing stupid stuff, or by them cheating, or by them doing, like, that's what hurts women. So fellas, keep that in mind, and ladies, keep that in mind. That mouth of yours can cut so sharp sometimes that the relationship cannot recover from it. So, be careful with your tongue. Be careful with your thoughts. Be careful with what you say and how you bring it out. You have to take a beat, take a moment sometime to just catch it and gather yourself, and try to remain respectful by what you say to that man. Because once you say it, it ain't no taking it back.
Right. You can't unhear it. You cannot unhear it. I heard what you said.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
What about you?
Let's see. One of the worst things. I think that one of the worst things that a man can do to his woman in a relationship is to stifle her voice. Like, want them to sit down, shut up, be quiet, be seen and not heard, as they used to say in back in the day where I'm from. I think that is one of the most detrimental things that a man can do because it starts to play on a woman's self everything, self worth, self image, you know. Um, they don't feel like they are a partner anymore. They feel like they are, either a servant or a, underneath, beneath, whatever the case may be. Um, and I know that that is, the dynamic of some people's relationship.
Hmm.
And that was the dynamic and that was the norm, decades ago. It was the man was the thing. The man did all the things, said all the things, his way or the highway, all the things. And, uh, I know that my viewpoint on it probably comes from my life and my experiences. I grew up, in a single parent household. I was a single parent as well. Even, when I got married, um, then I got divorced. And so I was back to, and in the relationship, the co-parenting relationship, I was the disciplinarian. I was the one who laid out down all the rules and had all the expectations and all the things. So for me, I can't imagine a life of being told to sit down and be quiet and don't do and don't say. I don't know who I would be under those circumstances. So that's what I would say is probably one of the worst things that a man can do is to not let. And I think not only will that do a disservice to the woman, but I think it will do a disservice to the man as well, because oftentimes the woman brings a different perspective and brings a uh, forward thinking to the situation that men often they don't some do, but majority don't have the type of foresight that women do. They don't see as far in the future because they're so focused on right now and here and now in this moment, while the woman is a couple of steps ahead. And I think that they would do their self a disservice. um we think differently, we move differently, and I think that the union is better served when everybody works in their strengths and then they do things together. And I think that they get the best outcome for them individually and for their collective union. So that's just my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I definitely think that there needs to be a united front. And I don't think that any man, this is just my view, I don't think any man wants his woman to be silent, sit back and be quiet. I don't think that that's the thing. I think that we just want you all to be conscious of your approach sometimes and know how you're speaking and how you're talking and how you're, because back to that comment that I made earlier about, women hurt men by what they say.
Yeah, for
It's something
sure.
in the way that it's being said. It's not the fact that we don't want to hear you and hear your view and hear your point. It's just the fact that you took that little underhanded dig when you said it. Instead of just
Hmm.
making your point and making your point be heard, you had to throw shade in there and be messy a little bit in the process. So I think
Right.
that's just my view on it. But I don't think any man would truly be, want to be with the woman where she just sits back and says nothing and be quiet. I do think that is a little, a little dated, a little antiquated. But I could be wrong. It may be some fellas out there that just want a woman who sit back and just don't say nothing. But I just
Mm,
sometimes we like when women, just are a little more careful and cautious about their approach with their words versus,
absolutely.
a little less sharp with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
And then
know.
sometimes it can be cultural because there are some cultures where they want they wife to just hush. You know what I'm saying? So it could be cultural, but there are lots of situations where, a man is more controlling, and wants to control everything and do all the things. So yeah, I think what you said has I you know, I agree.
And one of the points that you made is very, very valid. I mean, fellas, don't get mad at me, but I agree with her 100% on women thinking, further than we do and thinking 10 steps ahead when we still on one. They didn't thought of X, Y, and Z. So I completely agree with that. You know what I mean? I think that's been proven time and time again. Some fellas might not want to admit to it, but I'm telling you, I actually just had that conversation with one of my cousins just recently. And I was trying to tell him, I said, bruh, your wife is already 20 steps ahead of you. Like you a year and a half behind and where she is compared to where you are. So you might want to either play catch up or sit back and just let what happen. Cause she's already ahead of you.
That's right.
He hit me back and was like, man, you was right, man. She'd already made 20 moves compared to my one. So I
Yeah.
completely agree with you on that.
Well, cool. Well, we are going to take it back, way back,
Uh-oh.
back in back to the days when our parents used to tell us, make sure you in the house before the street lights come on. So this this segment, we like to take it back and think about some things that happened back in the day, do a little reminiscing. And so today I want to ask you, Skills, what's a childhood memory about one of the worst hairstyles, haircuts, whatever that you rocked as a kid, whether it was you did it or your parents did it? Somebody did it. Tell us about it.
Wow. Wow. For those who grew up with me, will definitely remember this. But back in the day, your boy had the biggest high top fade in the city. Do you hear me? I had the biggest high top fade out of anybody, and it was red. My hair is actually red and blonde. Now it's red and blonde. So it was big, it was red, it was blonde, it was sandy colors. So they used to call me Sandy Red. You know what I mean? Because it was just big. It was a lot of hair. And
I'm gonna
those
need a photo. We gonna need a photo,
right,
Skills. We gonna need a photo.
right. I'm sure it's a few of them out there. Those who know now and know how I wear my hair now will probably never even think that was possible. But
Correct.
yeah, but
I'm
I
trying to picture it. It's not coming to me.
I had the biggest high top fade back in the day. It was a lot to say. What about you? That's pretty good.
Oh gosh. Well, as a young lady who grew up in the world of entertainment, I think my hair has done all the things. It's been all the colors, it's been all the ways, everything. I think we tried everything. Fried, dyed, and laid to the side, as they used to say back in the day. But of course, one of the staple things of the late 80s was I definitely had my soul glow. I had my nice Jerry curl my natural hair is already curly. I didn't need no curl, but it was enough commercials to convince my mother to try what the Americans was trying. So here we go. That mother of mine again, I tell you, we had to keep her away from the TV.
Right.
So yes, I definitely had a Jerry curl, and with all the spray and leaving the juice on the seats and all the things. I was cute now, I fit in with everybody else because they had them too. But baby, yes, sir, I had a Jerry curl, and that is, that's one that I can definitely do away with. It's probably a few pictures around with that, not many though, because if I see them, I'm gonna burn them. But that would be the one that I remember from childhood.
It's a Jerry curl. Wow. Yeah, I definitely can't see with the Jerry curl either. I'm here for it though. But yes, we definitely need to keep your mom away from the commercials
Correct.
and away from your hair decisions. Because I
Please.
can remember a few of them that she's traumatized you for life. So uh,
That's right. She did.
so tell mom I said, listen, her hair days over.
Please leave it alone. All right.
That was fun. I like that. Well, listen, everyone. We need you all to continue to stick with us, continue to watch, like, subscribe, and those just for those of you out there who are a part of the Seasoned AzF team already, I would just encourage you. I know our videos get a little long sometimes. We've been working on that, trying to shorten them up for you guys. But we would ask you to please watch them all the way through, because in this good podcast, social media world that we're living in, I don't know if you all know this or not, but it is only considered to be a view if you watch it in its entirety. So you have to watch the entire thing for it to be counted as a view for us. So please watch, like, subscribe, and share. Send those out. Send those throughout your network and social media. Let everybody know what we got going on over here, and let them know that it's something out there for people in that seasoned age.
For sure.
We talking about stuff that y'all know and that y'all like, and listen, touch y'all in y'all lives, like y'all's 80s hairdos. I know there's some of y'all out there with some messed up 80s hairdos. I know
For sure.
it. But we have some good stuff coming for you guys. We have some guests that are coming that we are excited about. We will be airing those episodes soon as well. So we will look forward on our Thursday evenings to share and chat it up with you guys.
All right, good people. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you next time
On Seasoned AzF. Stay seasoned. Peace.
Peace.